everyone, welcome to my video. My name is Anita Makwana and today we're going to go over a full body stretch. Stretching is so good for the body and mind. It helps us release tension, stress, built up energy. It helps blood circulation, helps release good happy hormones, and the list is endless. It's so good for things like bone strain and muscle strain and muscle injury, and it's just a great way to feel good. So let's begin. Okay, so let's just take a moment to zone in, close our eyes, take a deep breath, and just release all the tension from your day. And if your day is just beginning, just setting your mind and body up for what lays ahead. Okay, we're just going to reach up, deep breath in, stretch as high as you can, and as you release the breath, you're just going to come over to one side, keeping the hand very close to the ear. Whilst keeping your bottom on the floor, you want to try to get as low as you can to the side of the floor. Good, and breathing in, reach up again. And as you release the breath, just take the hand to the other side. Reaching as far as you can. And release. Good. Let's just take our head around. All the while breathing in and out, long, deep breaths. Good, and let's go the other way. Nice big head roll. Good. And let's just take our head down to the side, gently pulling while stretching the other arm. And gently release, and let's switch sides. Down into our armpit, so chin faces the armpit, gently pulling on the head. Nice reliever for the shoulders. And let's release and go to the other side. Good, gently releasing. Let's take the legs together. Soles of the feet touching and bottoms nicely placed on the floor. We're going to straighten the spine, lifting the chest into the ceiling. Take a deep breath, and as you release, come down. You can use your elbows to push your knees further into the floor. Using your breath, breathing deeply in through the nose and releasing the breath. And gently releasing and coming up. Good, let's just take our legs out wide into a V shape. Soles of the feet pointing upwards, and we're just going to straighten the spine again. This already may be enough for you. This is quite a deep stretch. If you'd like more, we're going to reach up with one hand, take a deep breath in, and we're going to slowly come over to the side, keeping the hand above the ear if possible, keeping the bottom nicely placed on the floor, using your breath to help aid your movement. And we're just gently going to release slightly and turn our body towards our foot. And you're going to take a deep breath, trying to keep your back as straight as possible, and with your chest you're going to come down. When you can no longer go any further, you're going to curl the chest over and come all the way down. For a deeper stretch, bring the elbows into the knee and into the leg. Deeper, closer to the floor. Good, and we're going to gently release. This is a great stretch for the hamstrings and the lower back as well. A place where we build up lots of tension when we're sitting around all day or sitting looking at our screens. Okay, so we're going to take another deep breath. We're going to reach up to the sky. And as we release, we're going to come down to the other side, keeping the feet flexed. One side may be more flexible than the other, and that's absolutely fine. We're going to gently release, and we're going to turn our body facing the foot and coming down. Again, try to keep the straight spine, and when you can no longer go any further, you're going to arch over. Bringing the elbows into the knee and down towards the floor, using your breath. And we're going to gently release. Take the legs out in front of us and just give them a nice shake. Okay. We're going to take one leg in to the inner thigh. So just like this, if you can see. So I'm just taking one leg into the inner thigh, keeping the other one outstretched, keeping the soles of the feet facing the front and the toes facing the sky. And I'm going to reach up, take a deep breath in. And as I release the breath, I'm going to come down and grab the soles of the feet, keeping the bottom on the floor, and then arch over. A couple of more breaths here, still stretching the hamstring and the lower back. And let's release, rolling up the way we came in, and let's switch sides. So taking the other leg out in front of us, toe pointing towards the sky, taking the opposite leg into the inner knee, reaching up, taking a deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, you're going to come down. Seconds. The longer we hold the stretch, the deeper we get into our intricate muscles and our fascia, and release everything we need to be released. Okay, let's release and come up. Good, give your legs a nice good shake. Okay, we're going to take one leg behind us. I'm going to go into pigeon pose. So we're going to take one leg directly behind us, and the other leg that's in front, we want to try to keep the sole of the foot in line with the mat. This already may be enough for you. And if it is, just stay here. You're going to reach up. You can reach up with the hands, deep breath in, and point towards the sky. If you want a deeper stretch, you're going to come down to the floor. Take a moment here. We're stretching the IT band, so a lot of the times when you have knee pain or lower back pain, it is because, or even anything along the bottom, it's because of the fact that this particular muscle that runs along the side is severely tight and it just needs to be released. And let's come up gently. And let's switch sides, so taking the back leg out and in front of us, and taking the opposite leg behind. So trying to keep the sole of the foot parallel to the mat. And the other leg outstretched behind us. Reaching up, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you can either stay here or you can come down. Sometimes it's not necessary to get knee surgeries and all these other procedures that we do. Sometimes it just needs basic stretching. That's all it needs. 30 seconds of each pose, if possible. If you want a deeper stretch, just keep trying to get closer to the floor. And gently release, coming up. And we're just going to bring that back leg in front of us. And we're going to try to sit in between our legs. Again, if this is not possible for you, just go to the best of your ability. You're working with yourself. Every day, trying to improve your stretches and trying to improve yourself. Nothing else. So if this is enough for you, you can just stay here. If you want a deeper stretch, you're just going to place your hands behind you and gently fold back. You can come onto your elbows. And if you want an even deeper stretch, you can come down and lay flat. Again, if this is enough for you, stay here. If you want more, take your arms behind you and push your hips up into the ceiling gently. You should feel a great stretch in your quadriceps, your thighs. You can gently push each hip up into the ceiling. It's a very subtle movement, but with a great effect. Big, long, deep breath here. Release all that built up energy that's stored in the body that we're not even aware of half the time. And we're going to gently release by coming up the way we came in. So we're going to release the hands, bring them down to the floor, lift up from the shoulders. You can come over to one side. And let's just take the legs in front of us for a nice release. Great. Let's take one leg behind us. So we're going to just come up. And we're going to take one leg behind us like this. Now, if you want, you can put your knee on the floor. And release the back foot. This is a great hip opener. We're going to stretch up, deep breath in, and you can lean back slightly if you like. Pulling forward with that front knee. If you want more, come onto the balls of the foot at the back and lift up. Breathing deeply for control and balance. And we're gently going to bring that knee down and sit back on our leg. Stretch the front foot up into the ceiling, flexing the foot, and we're going to come down towards that foot. You can even look up and keep your head forward for a deep stretch. Try to push the chest towards the knee. And as we release, we're just going to come forward and then switch legs. So one foot's in front of us. We're going to lean forward Making sure there's a nice strong line with this front leg here. So here we're stretching the hip flexor. And we're going to reach up here, deep breath in. Reach up into the ceiling, lean back slightly if you like for a deeper stretch. And if you want a deeper stretch, you're going to bring up the knee, go into the ball of the foot. Keep the hips facing the front. The hips are square to the front of the room. Use the breath and release the knee down, release the hands and sit back on the leg, uncurl the foot at the back. Deep breath, flex the foot and come down. Keeping the head forward if you like. Just a few more stretches, we're nearly there. We're going to come onto one side of the foot. Stretch and elongate the other leg. Flex the foot. Good, so we're on the ball of one side and the other leg is outstretched. Flexing the foot. You should feel a nice stretch in your adductor here. And if you want, you can use your hand to push back this knee here. If you want to test your balance, you can bring the hands into a prayer position. You can even try to push back that heel down into the floor. Lovely, and let's switch sides. So you can just place the hands on the floor and just switch sides gently. So we want one knee facing forward, the other leg is outstretched, foot flexed into the ceiling, nice stretch in the adductor, hands into prayer position, using the elbow to push the knee away from our bodies. And if you want, without falling over, bring the heel down into the floor. Once you do that, you'll feel a much deeper stretch. Good, and gently releasing. We're going to bring our legs into frog pose. We're here. Toes are pointing outwards, using the elbows to push the knees away from our bodies. Stretch your spine, pull the chest into the ceiling. Take a deep breath here. And release. Take one more deep breath. And release. Okay, we're going to come onto our knees gently. Place your hands behind you onto your ankles or onto the heels of your feet, whichever you prefer. Take your time with this. You're going to stretch the chest into the ceiling, and you can just stay here if this is enough for you, or you can tilt your head back. This is a great throat, heart, chest opener. It also works the upper spine and push your hips forward towards the front of the room. Great to release any stagnant energy or blood in the womb area. And you can gently come up by lifting one hand, coming over one side and releasing. Okay, last stretch, we're just going to face the front. Take a moment here, just take a deep breath. We've built up a lot of heat in the body, a lot of energy. Good energy. Okay, we're going to just take one leg out and above the other leg. So, one of your legs is parallel to the front mat and the other one has just come over the knee. You're going to stretch up with one hand and you're going to place it down behind the knee, pulling the knee into the body and twisting over the other side. This is a great stretch for your glute area, your gluteus maximus. Again, your IT band is good for the back. Hip twists are great to relieve tension in the spine. And we're just gently going to release and switch sides. Reaching up, deep breath in, placing the hand behind the knee, keeping one leg parallel to the mat if possible, and stretching over the other side. Our spine holds a lot of energy. It's where a lot of dormant diseases stay, a lot of dormant emotions, which are sometimes interconnected. So this is a great way to release all of that energy built up, the stagnant bad energy. Pulling the knee towards your body for a deeper stretch and twisting further. Great, and we're just going to gently release. And you're just going to take a deep breath in, reach up towards the ceiling. Reach for the sky and release and come down. Hopefully you should feel much more relaxed within your body and within your mind as well. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's bring the hands together. Thank you for watching.